Now let's move on to another swamp bureaucrat who's done untold damage to this country and the world. Fauci, personally implicated in the biggest public policy disaster in history. And what's the consequence? Instead of accountability, it was sycophancy, as the fawning Fauci fanboys and girls in the media greeted his retirement announcement with rivers of gushing praise. These credulous propagandists for the medical establishment lapping up the Fauci lies. Oh, I wasn't for lockdowns, but even if I was, they were great and we'd do it all over again, he says. Here's the heart of the case against him.
With COVID, I mean, the things that we thought we knew in the beginning turned out as the months went by to not be the case. That was interpreted by many as flip-flopping or not really knowing what's going on, when it really was the evolution of the science.
That is a total lie. We knew from the start, not least thanks to leading doctors like Stanford's John Ioannidis and Jay Bhattacharya, who had the courage to call BS on the establishment groupthink. They calmly presented the data, the science, that the virus was incredibly contagious, but also incredibly selective in its impact. Most people were not at risk. The elderly, the obese, and those with certain medical conditions were highly at risk. So we should protect them instead of shutting down the economy, schools, society for everyone. That wasn't the evolution of the science, as Fauci claims. As early as March the 8th, 2020, on this show, we were saying protect the vulnerable and end the lockdowns. All the suffering, the pain, the cost of the shutdowns, the school closures, all of it would have been avoided if Fauci had actually stuck to the science instead of pushing an old playbook for a different disease. But Fauci's biggest crime, of course, was to push the reckless gain-of-function research that all the evidence now suggests is the most likely origin of the pandemic. We were the first on television to lay out the evidence, and we'll put it out again on our social media. Just follow us at Steve Hilton X and at NextRevFNC. Let's be really precise about this. Fauci, for years, had been the world's leading champion of gain-of-function virus research. He wrote in the Washington Post more than a decade ago saying that creating a potentially dangerous virus in the laboratory is a risk worth taking. Fauci didn't passively sit on top of the government agency that randomly gave money to a bunch of labs and somehow one of them in China went rogue. No! Fauci commissioned these experiments. He believed in them so much that he evaded Obama administration rules in 2014 and Trump administration rules in 2017 to make them happen in Wuhan. I doubt it'll be possible now, after all the Chinese obstruction and obfuscation, to prove that the pandemic virus originated from Fauci's experiments, which were designed to make bat coronaviruses more transmissible in the human respiratory system. But no better explanation has been found, despite 2 years of the medical establishment desperately trying and failing to prove a natural origin. But what we can do, and must do, is prove that Fauci broke the rules to push gain-of-function experiments. That's where the focus for accountability needs to be.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.